The spirit of lust. Lust is defined in the dictionary as strong sexual desire. However, lust can manifest itself in many ways apart from strong sexual desires. In this article I will focus on the spirit of lust and how it operates from a sexual perspective. The spirit of lust operates in the brain. This spirit has different levels and the highest comes from Egypt and are called incubus and succubus. Incubus is an evil spirit that has sexual intercourse with women while they sleep, and succubus is a demon assuming a female form to have sexual intercourse with men in their sleep. These spirits are commonly referred to as sex demons or night demons and are demons of sexual perversion. The spirit of lust is very subtle, charming, seductive, manipulative, and controlling. This spirit is also referred to as the spirit of dog and have caused havoc in the lives of many. It doesn't matter one's status. In today's society we find that many homes are broken because one party has stepped out of the marriage or relationship and has become unfaithful. This is not because they don't love their spouse, but the spirit of lust is like a magnet that dwells in their victims and it attracts people to that individual. Many people that struggle with lust don't have to try hard to get the attention from the opposite sex. The spirit of seduction works for the spirit of lust in order to manipulate its victim, and manipulation works for seduction. These spirits always work in one accord in order to carry out their mission. Whenever a man has the spirit of lust, they normally have power in the eyes, and once eye contact is made with their victims, that person will become attracted to him. Therefore, we must be covered under the blood of Jesus Christ in order to not fall victims of these kinds of spirits. I met an individual once that was possessed with the spirit of lust. He stated that money was never an issue because the ladies who were attracted to him, not for money, and most of these ladies were financially stable. They were never looking for long-term relationships but sexual pleasure. I must make it clear that whenever a man is possessed by the spirit and he sleeps with a woman, the spirit of lust will affect that woman's life. They will not have a settled home and will meet disappointment constantly. Most time, after sleeping with an individual that has the spirit of lust, a spirit spouse and the serpentine spirit will enter and start operating in that person's life. Oftentimes men will never see the true beauty of a woman because Satan has stolen and covered their beauty with his evil veil. The spirit of lust will push its victims to do things that they themselves wouldn't normally do. This spirit hates marriages, and today many men and women that are married are still struggling with the spirit of lust. They love their spouse but find it hard to be satisfied with them. Many that are married suffers to an extent where they will have their spouse in one room, and they are in the next looking at dirty magazines. They have now become a slave to masturbation and a friend to pornography, which are classified as sexual perversions. I must state that when the spirit of pornography and masturbation begin to operate, these men will have fun easily with a strange lady but will have erectile dysfunction whenever they are to go to their wives. This is because the spirit of lust is a tool in the hands of Satan that is used against marriages and relationship overall. Many men today are reduced to a piece of bread because they are controlled by the spirit. A man that has the spirit of lust will find it hard to be satisfied by the breast of his wife. The wife will seem distasteful, unattractive, miserable, and annoying to the husband. This spirit will not allow the husband to see the true beauty of his wife. The ugly truth of the matter is that such a man will degrade himself to a whorish woman because of this very controlling and selfish spirit. Whenever this spirit is operating, many cannot resist the temptations of doing the things that are abominable. I once met a lady whose husband was possessed with the spirit of lust, which caused them to open the door to sexual perversion. They first introduced oral sex in the marriage and would normally watch pornography together. The spirit then pushes a little further. It is so manipulative and suggestive that it pushed the husband to ask the wife to have a sex orgy. The husband didn't see anything wrong with that idea and concept. However, the criteria was that he would be the only male and his wife would choose who she would like to join in this twisted and perverted act. The husband stated that it's his desire and further explained that he would like to fulfill his fantasy without cheating. The wife, who hated the concept, was fearful that if she did not do it, he would cheat on her and eventually leave. The spirit of fear was now in operation and kept injecting thoughts into the heart of the wife. She did not want him to go out and commit that act, so now she was confused. The spirit manifested itself in their relationship, and in no time, everything spun out of control. The spirit of lust laughed at them as they were now in disarray. They would argue and be cruel to each other daily. They no longer had trust for each other, both became jealous and selfishness filled their hearts. This husband needed deliverance from the spirit of lust, however they were not knowledgeable of this information. I met a brilliant young man who was possessed with the spirit of lust. In his deliverance the demons confessed that they saw his star, that it was bright, and they wanted to destroy his life, so they attacked him with the spirit of lust and masturbation in order to change his destiny. The demons also confessed that he is a prophet and they know his purpose, so they chained his spirit in the spirit realm. The demons went on to say that whenever anyone is born, especially men, and they see their light, they would attack them with the spirit of lust. The demon explained that once a man looks on a woman and lust, they would chain their spirit in the marine kingdom, as that is where the spirit of lust is from. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Everyone needs deliverance, and before any man and woman is joined together, they must be delivered. The relationship must be built on the principle of Jesus Christ. If we open doors to Satan, he will enter, and we know his ambition is to kill, steal, and destroy. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. Ladies that have the spirit of lust normally have powers in the eyes, lips, hips, breast, and sometimes legs, while others have power all over their bodies. The eyes are the window to the soul. The power in the eyes is used to seduce, while the power in the legs and hips is used to capture men. Whenever these ladies walk and men look and lust after them or have sexual intercourse with them, they will be initiated into the marine kingdom. Matthew 6:22. 23, KJV. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? Matthew 5:28. But I say unto you, that whosoever looked on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. The lips are used for flattery and seduction. In the lip of many women lies deceit and flattery. Proverbs 5:3l. For the lips of the adulterous woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. The devil has many tactics that he uses to promote the spirit of lust. Many items are produced in the marine kingdom for the use of lust. The most provocative clothing being made these days is to stir up sinful passion. I have seen women in brasiers that accentuate the breast and dresses that scream seduction. Many that are not knowledgeable of Satan devices will become victims. Some cosmetic products and wigs are items from the marine kingdom, and whenever they are used, they attract attention. NB, not all items are made in the kingdom of darkness. There are genuine manufacturers that produce the items listed above. Ecclesiastes 1:9. What has been will be again, what has been done will be done again, there is nothing new under the sun. The Lord warned us as Christians that we must not be lovers of the world, neither the things of world. There is nothing new under the sun, and that is why the Lord warned us in his word, so that we don't get caught up in the web of Satan. 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. It's sad to say that many Christians are victims to the spirit of lust, therefore, they become tools for Satan. Many calls themselves Christians but still are not transformed by the renewing of their minds. They are still hooked to the things of the world and are ruled by the flesh. Their flesh is not in subjection to their spirit man, and their spirit man is not in subjection to Jesus Christ. It's imperative that I point out that many who calls on Jesus' name and are baptized and filled the Holy Spirit can be possessed by this evil spirit of lust. The spirit of lust can enter through the dream, fornication, ancestral curses, molestation, through indecent sexually exposure, watching pornography, looking at dirty magazine, etc. Satan will send evil dreams with beautiful women exposing themselves in order to get the individual to lust. Everything happens in the realm of the spirit before it manifests physically. Ancestral curses. Many today suffers from the spirit of lust. Those who have cheated on their spouse may forget as the body gets older and does not desire sex. However, the spirit is still young and active and will creep down to their children and begin to go from one generation to another. If this spirit was never cursed and reversed, it will manifest from generation to generation. It doesn't matter who you are, Satan will not pardon you. Many men and women of God suffer immensely from this spirit. Many confess their sinful desire and act but have never been truly delivered. They keep going back to the bed of fornication and adultery because they lack knowledge of how to deal with this spirit. I must add that this spirit loves to afflict men and women of God in order to defile them and derail their destiny. It is imperative that pastors and Christians be very careful when dealing a person possessed with the spirit of lust. Indecent sexual exposure. This spirit can enter through rape, incest, or molestation. Whenever a person has the spirit of lust or the spirit wants to enter an individual, they will dream of dogs chasing them. They will see naked women or men in the dream, they will have sex in the dream, swimming in the dream, and will even see themselves discharge in the dream, which will sometimes manifest physically. If one constantly has sex in the dream and gets wet, I pray that the spirit of pride does not enter and block you from seeking deliverance. If one finds that they struggle with the spirit of lust, seek deliverance. After deliverance, don't become complacent. Don't think that the enemy will not try to re-enter. He will try to re-enter in the dream, or he will send his agents to reinitiate you. Many beautiful women and men we see walking around are agents of darkness. Pray for spiritual eyes to discern and do not accept anything from Satan. After deliverance, they will tempt that individual to masturbate physically or to ejaculate in the dream. This is to reinstate evil covenants and connections to such an individual. In the dream, whenever men ejaculate or wake to find themselves wet, they must pray and fast fervently, asking God to break that evil connection. They should aggressively command that every vial that their substance or sperms is kept in be broken in Jesus' name. Matthew 12:43-45. When an impure spirit comes out of a person, it goes through arid places seeking rest and does not find it. Then it says, I will return to the house I left. When it arrives, it finds the house unoccupied, swept clean, and put in order. Then it goes and with it 7 other spirits more wicked than itself, and they go in and live there. And the final condition of that person is worse than the first. After being delivered, read the word of God and meditate upon it day and night. Fasting is important. Praise and worship is also a weapon we must use. If you find that you have sinned, run to Jesus quickly and ask for forgiveness. Do not run from God, run to Him. Proverbs 24 verse 13-14. Eat honey, my son, for it is good, honey from the comb is sweet to your taste. Know also that wisdom is like honey for you. If you find it, there is a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off.